I think I would like to begin by thanking publicly all members of the IMF that have contributed to developing this global firewall, or this global umbrella, as you will, which, as was just mentioned, is over $430 billion. You will be receiving in the press release that will be communicated very shortly after this press conference the tally of countries that are participating. You will see that there is a small group of very sizable countries that are participating, but whose identified number is not spelt out because they still have to go home, communicate properly back at home, and then consolidate. But those countries include the likes of Russia, India, China, and Brazil. We have received sufficient formal, specific and detailed pledges that take us north of 360, and the balance between 360 and more than 430 is these commitments that we have received, but that are going to be communicated properly back at home, and that will be obviously governed by the bilateral loans that we at the IMF are going to begin working on in the days to come, starting next week, actually. This has been a huge effort, but it has been an extraordinary group dynamic that has worked extraordinary in the last few days. I would like to pay special tribute to, obviously, members of the Eurozone, who were the first one to come in, who said we will pledge $200 billion. Shortly in the process of increasing that firewall, Japan was the first country to join the group and to actually take the lead, because after Japan, quite a number of countries came in, with numbers, without numbers, sometimes their numbers being expressed collectively because that's the way they want to present it, and that's perfectly fine. What is important to us at the IMF is that we know that we have commitment that are north of $430 billion. And that almost doubles the lending capacity of the fund. It really shows the resolve of the international community to have available the tools in the toolkit to resist and defend against crisis. And I couldn't agree more with what Chairman Salman has indicated. That is, this is extremely important, necessary, the expression of collective resolve, but it's also predicated on the statements, the affirmation that we have received from many countries, including this morning and last night, that they are going to tackle the combination of the necessary growth and the fiscal consolidation while working on their structural reforms. So certainly I leave those meetings, don't know about you, too, with whom we have worked really exceptionally well, and we have formed a team, and I would like to associate Governor Carstens as well. But I'm finishing that part of the meeting with really a sense of accomplishment and a sense of a collective drive from the international community to actually tackle the right issues at the root and to have the necessary tools in the toolbox. So we shall make use of that wisely, in accordance with the rules, with due regard to making sure that our creditors' interests are well protected, with the appropriate risk mitigation strategy in place, and by doing so, we will certainly, I hope, contribute to more stability in the economic sphere. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam.